This is Austin Splatter with Metalholic, here with Trey Williams of the notorious Dying Fetus. How you doing, man?
I'm good, Austin. How are you doing today? You doing good?
Pretty good, man.
Cool.
Pretty good.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So, we know that Origin and Rings of Saturn kind of jumped off and went down into Boise play a show. Do you have any idea why they jumped off and went down there and you guys came up here instead?
Well, there wasn't a show booked today for the official Summer Slaughter.
Really?
Right. So what happens when that is the case? Bands will ask their booking agents, "Look, let's fill in those gaps." I'm sure they probably got submitted to be on this show. The promoter might have just opted to keep the costs down and not have them on. Would I like to have them here? Absolutely. But this is not technically a Summer Slaughter show.
Right.
So you won't be hearing about a movie today.
Right, yeah. Very cool. It's a shame, but I mean, they got a couple cool bands coming on. Got Betraying the Martyr stepping in for Slaughter to Prevail, so that's cool. Oceano, of course, is on the billing as well.
Lorna Shore's killer.
Yeah, Lorna Shore, yeah,
They're
definitely.
just ripping it up right now.
Hell yeah. Let's see. So what was the hardest track for you to track on Wrong One to Fuck With?
All of them.
Yeah.
none of them were particularly easy. It was just interesting to be able to do all the pre-production. So like I got to have a lot more knowledge about what was going to be done before going to the studio. In previous albums, it was a little bit more of like a homework assignment where I was giving pre-production material and did my best to play that while adding my own style to it. But this time, I was able to write all the parts, the drum parts. And so, I mean, going into it knowing every note was better.
Right.
But, none of this shit is particularly easy.
Right.
We don't have a In the Trenches on this album.
Right.
Where it's just like a hardcore song. They're all a jungle gym of riffage.
Right. Yeah. So, being a part of a band that's over 25 years old now, being kind of the new guy, is it cool being able to go out on stage with these guys and get to sit down and write with them and whatnot?
Oh, it's been 10 years for me in the band. Of course, yes, that still makes me the new guy. I'm
quote
still the FNG, the fucking new guy. But it's great. I'm from Maryland. Dying Fetus is from Maryland. Well, not so much anymore.
Right.
But I mean, actually, like, John and Jason were from like southwestern Maryland, Calhoun County.
Okay.
Not so much Upper Marlboro, but
damn you, Wikipedia.
Damn you. Well, that's not really wrong, but it's not current.
Right.
But it's cool being able to play in a band that was my local best death metal band, and now I get to be in it. So it's cool. It's awesome.
Hell yeah, man. Okay, so what are some of the badass underground bands from that area or around anywhere that nobody's ever heard of, but everybody should check out?
Well, there's a band that people probably have heard of from Maryland that are now starting to make waves nationally and internationally. Visceral Disgorge. I highly recommend if you like slam. They're slam-tastic. Slam burger. It's great. They go to Denny's and they show them how to make a grand slam. But VD, go get yourself some VD. Not venereal disease, but some Visceral Disgorge. And there's an underground death metal band from Maryland called Bound by the Grave, which are like nice old school death metal, that nice mid-tempo bolt thrower-y kind of thing going on, and they're terrific.
Hell yeah, man. So over the years, Dying Fetus has written a plethora of grotesque and macabre tracks. Now, what was one of the most fun for you to write as a musician, and why? Or to at least help and orchestrate?
Well, I think there was one part, I'll name two. Die With Integrity, off of our new album, was a really fun song to write. And then the song Second Skin from our last album, Reign Supreme. There's this like kind of like sludgy part. And like when that chug part kind of came out, when I heard the demo material, it was only happened one time, and I was like, guys, that's literally the coolest part of the fucking song.
Right.
I mean, the rest is amazing, but that's the memorable part. And like, I was like, can we do that again? Like, throw that in there somewhere else.
It was really cool that you guys got to like throw a lot more of that into the new record, like with Die With Integrity, Panic Amongst the Herd, Reveling in the Abyss. They're all fucking really hard hitting tracks, and they don't let up. And I fucking love that.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Well, it's very, very much appreciated.
Cool.
So speaking of Die With Integrity, actually, how is it working with Mitch Massey on the short for the song?
It's great. It's fun. Good job, Mitch. That's all I can say, man. Good job, man. You did exactly what we were looking for. At least I was looking for.
Right.
I mean, we wanted something in your face and intense, and he made an intense in your face video. So
fucking awesome. It's hard to follow somebody that's done stuff for like cattle decapitation, one of the most NSFW videos of all time.
Definitely not safe for work.
Definitely not, but I'm sure there are a couple loyal fans that'll like put a little divider up while their bosses are working,
right,
walking by, and they're watching it on their desktop.
Yep. Hope so.
Me too, man. That'd be a cool work story. Like, I got talked to. I had to go talk to HR today.
Hope you don't get fired.
Right. So you guys have written a lot of gnarly stuff, and a lot has come from political sides and really hammering that, destroying that opposition. What is it, or how have you guys managed to duck mainstream criticism for so long?
Because we're in a death metal band. The mainstream media pays no attention to us.
Fair enough.
And we're called Dying Fetus, so like people just write us off immediately. I mean, I've ran into several people this tour that are like, "Oh, kill your mother, rape your dogs," about killing mothers and raping dogs, and I'm like, you have no clue what you're fucking talking about.
Right.
Read the damn lyrics. It's about the music industry. You have no fucking clue. You know, no offense, but fucking
do your homework.
Do your homework. You know. Yeah. So, like that.
There you go. I got one more question for you. It's kind of laid back, so what is the craziest tour story that you can think of off the top of your head that you have?
We're really boring, man. we're a pretty boring band when it comes. I mean, we leave all the excitement for the stage. I mean, I'll just talk about like some of my tour experiences. And my first show was at this festival called Party Sand. There's 10,000 people. And I'd never been in front of a crowd like that. And it was raining, and there was thunder and lightning, and I'm worried about getting electrocuted. But then, like, it was kind of a good thing that I couldn't see the crowd. It was at night, and then the lightning hit, and it was shit. Then the crowd got illuminated, and I was like, oh shit, wow, there's a lot of people there. I guess that's probably my craziest story, is just playing my first show, which was going from playing for maybe 100 people to playing for 10,000. So, you know. We don't play to 10,000 all the time. That's like once a year we do a festival run in Europe, and that's when we get that in. But you know, that's definitely probably the coolest story. I won't say crazy.
Interesting.
Well, we still don't know who put all that literal shit on the bus. But
what's the story behind that?
Well, it was like the last day of this tour, and we had a really great time, and then somebody threw a turd into somebody's bunk, and the dude ended up sleeping with this turd. He was covered in shit. We couldn't get anybody to fess up to it, and we made all the other bands pay the cleaning fees. Because like we were the headliner, we're like, we're not the ones doing this shit. And they all like
shitty thing to do, man.
I'm not going to name names, but they were pointing fingers at us, the other bands. We're like, don't you fucking point your finger at us. We're the ones who are fucking held liable for all this shit. Fuck you. You all are the irresponsible fucking shitheads.
Fucking A, man.
But yeah, maybe that's the craziest story. But,
so, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, no, I'm done. I'm good.
All right, well, thank you so much for talking with me.
Cheers,
Trey Williams of Dying Fetus. Wrong one to fuck with. Go buy the album. You know, break your neck, and hopefully get that checked out before you go to work on the next day. So thank you so much for talking with me.
Thanks for having me.